Hi, I'm Faraz Khan from iTrack Recruitment, and welcome to the Low Code Podcast, where we're dedicated to increasing awareness and appreciation of the power of low code. In this podcast, we'll hear from developers about their career journeys and how low code has enabled them to achieve new levels of success and innovation. So let's go. Hi, Idlir, how are you?
All good, all good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing to be a guest.
Oh, very welcome.
So it'd be good to start with, you telling us a bit about who you are, where you're from. I know obviously you're somewhere else from where you live at the moment, but it'd be good to kind of hear a bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm originally from Albania. I will say that I've started my career, professional career in IT over almost 10 years ago. But yeah, so definitely I've been working on different positions from IT specialist, network security, AD administrator, and then jumped to the cloud as Azure administrator. And then there where I actually discovered Power Platform, right? So
Yeah,
during this period, I also worked a bit on development skills in JavaScript, PHP development, and for different websites I managed. So yeah, it was pretty tough, I would say. So
yeah,
in 2000, as I mentioned, in 2018, I stumbled upon Power Platform, and I might say it was love at first sight, right?
wow,
Uh,
okay,
yeah, that's definitely true because I transitioned complete my career to that, and I started earning Microsoft certifications on it, and including also the most challenging one, the Power Platform Solutions Architect Expert.
nice,
So
nice,
yeah, it's been a fantastic journey, to be honest, and I'm really thrilled to see where it leads next. So
nice, nice. And in 2018, when you kind of came across, how did you come across it? So at the time, what role were you doing, and how did you come across it?
yeah, so I was a system administrator for Azure, and yeah, so ITs has to be updated most of the time.
Yeah,
I would say every week. If you do it like every 2 weeks, you're already outdated.
yeah,
So and I came across the Power Platform for Microsoft, and I had a look on it, and curiosity just jumped in to check it out. Okay, what is this? What is that? How can I automate this? And there I started using or building the first help desk system, just ticketing system, simple, really ugly, to be honest.
mm,
But I was impressed how easy it was. So it was so easy to build and to connect the small dots on the back end with different automations. I was amazed, to be honest. That's how I started, actually. Yeah.
yeah. And from all the kind of modules they've got, which one did you start working with?
Modules.
So from the different platforms
Uh,
within Power Platform, which
I
one
mean
did you work with first?
Yeah, I worked with Power Apps
Okay.
because I wanted to see the drag and drop thing.
Yeah.
Was written everywhere. Drag and
Yeah.
drop was easy
Yeah.
to build. And I was like, okay, let's see it. And to be honest, I didn't find it pretty difficult to use. Was pretty easy, but also the formulas are not easy, right? So sorry, are not difficult. So as soon as
Mm.
you understand what is you have also the intelligence, which actually gives you a really helpful information about what goes next. So you understand how the formula is used. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. And before that, have you heard of the term low code before?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
That was the first time I was actually faced with the low code, no code
Yeah.
thing. But to be honest, yeah, it was first time for me. Yeah,
Love at first sight.
yeah, exactly. It was. It was.
And for those who kind of don't know much about Power Platform, could you give us a kind of a brief description of kind of the different
Yeah,
technologies that sit within Power Platform?
yeah, definitely. So I would say Power Platform, as the word says, as a platform where you have the possibility to develop applications. Definitely, you can build automations, build different automation, connecting different external systems, also not only within Microsoft. You have the possibility to create chatbots through Power BI agents. You have the
Mm.
possibility to create websites, right? The ones that I was building with PHP and JavaScript.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
it's so much easy to build. You just
yeah,
have to go there, drag and drop. You just, add some logic on behind, and it's huge. It's pretty easy. Um, and the and I would say one of the greatest tool is the Power BI, definitely, which gives you the ability to have some kind of intelligent reporting on different data scenarios. You can include predictions. It's a really huge tool, which definitely requires some more time to work on it, but definitely makes sense for data analytics guys,
yeah,
but also for us when build solutions.
yeah. Okay. And from all the different kind of platforms within Power Platform, what's your preferred? Is your preferred choice Power Apps?
I would say Power Automate also have a really huge role in my day-to-day work.
Mm.
I love also Power Automate because it offers so many ways to connect to different services, as I mentioned before, to different systems, authenticating through them, loop through different items, implement different expressions. It's uh, it's really also not very difficult to understand. It's just some actions that you put
Mm.
one after the other, and you know that they go like from top to the bottom,
Yeah.
and they perform the actions you actually put on those.
Mm. And when you came across Power Platform, was that kind of within the company you were working for, or was that on your own?
Uh, Actually, it was just out of curiosity, and then
Mm.
I started pushing a bit that my role would actually go that way. Also, my
Okay.
previous companies, I've always done that way because I thought there was a huge future for Power Platform, in my opinion, and it actually looks like it resulted properly.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was correct
definitely. Yeah,
somehow.
yeah,
So not only me, but a lot of other experts.
yeah.
So I would say that was the time, and I was looking to spend more time on it every day, and yeah, that was the way it went. So
So you managed to incorporate it into your role rather than having to go look for another job where you could work with Power Platform.
I have started at my at that moment at that
Yeah,
specific role. I started to actually transition some work over Power Platform, but then after I moved, I definitely searched for a job which had a lot in common with Power Platform.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was the reason.
And how did you find, I think obviously now, if you look on LinkedIn, there's jobs after jobs, with Power Platform roles. At the time, did you feel the market was quite large with a lot of roles and opportunities?
Uh, to be honest, was not that at least in my site was not easy to find a Power Platform job at that
Mm.
specific moment. Because yeah, it was something new. There are definitely some barriers to embrace this new technology and
Yeah,
new platforms. So it took some time till actually companies started realizing the value out of it. So and then as soon as they start embracing, then different job roles starts emerging. Then so
yeah, yeah.
it was not
Uh,
easy. That definitely,
Yeah, I could imagine there's a big difference from then to now.
yeah,
It probably went from then where you're applying for jobs to now recruiters contacting you for jobs because
yeah,
there's not enough people around.
yeah,
And did you
yeah.
find because us obviously as a recruitment company, we found during the pandemic these low code developer roles due to obviously companies having to kind of really accelerate things. Did you find the market grew and you got quite busier?
Uh, Actually, I didn't. I mean, I talk personally. I didn't feel that the market for Power Platform went down or somehow was
Mm,
not too much work because what we do is in the cloud and mostly the project still goes on and we had
mm,
no problems on that specific area. I've been working on also during the pandemic with on different projects on different customers, and to be honest, we had no concerns on that.
yeah, that's good. And talking about the project and things like that, is there, one or two interesting projects you could talk about that you've, delivered in your Power Platform journey?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I could actually mention some of them, which were I was also really happy about them. One of them is the user management solution. It's we deliver for a customer with more than 4,000 sits. And yeah, what actually the solution does is empowering HR department performing this kind of operation for onboarding, offboarding, or updating users. So somehow we remove this task from IT, but it doesn't mean that they will not know what happens in the system.
Yeah,
So they will see somehow an end of the week what has happened to Azure AD or even to local AD. So that was the hybrid solution which we developed. And there was the possibility, as I mentioned, now IT has more time to focus on other security
yeah,
stuff or trainings. So, and removing this, this back and forth of emails, contacting, hey, the user's joining, add it to different systems. You forget maybe to add it to some other systems. All this were automated. They have now a central hub where human resources go. They insert, delete, or update a user on the fingertips. So it's just really easy to use. And what happens in the backend then it's different, but there are some automations which goes in the backend, connecting to different systems and syncing all the operations that the human resources employees do in that specific moment. So we reduced a lot of time there,
mm,
a lot of efforts, and as I mentioned, also given IT some free room there to check on security, which is actually a main topic, but also to look on trainings or whatever the other topics they have on their table.
mm, mm,
Um, and the second, which is a really also great solution, is the M365 license management solution. At that time, I mean, it was a year and a half ago. I also got awarded about it. Um,
nice.
uh, it was about the possibility to provide the customer the ability to visualize M365 licenses in their tenant and the ability to view to receive also recommendations on those. What I mean with that is, let's say user one is not using M365 E3 license at all, he will receive that specific record. He will receive a recommendation that, okay, these users not using it. So what do you want to do? Do you want to apply the recommendation? Recommendation might be, let's say, reduce to E1 or remove the license at all because he has not logged in at all, right? So for the last, let's say, 6 months or 9 months, whatever, you put it yourself, filtering. And then you have the ability to view this information, but you also have the ability to act on those information, right? So you can apply the recommendations and view an estimation of the costs you have saved. So that's a huge tool, which I was pretty happy that
Yeah.
I built it from beginning to end, and it's a pretty successful one, and I'm pretty happy that it's being used properly.
Yeah, that's great. And it's good to obviously be recognized with an award after
Yeah,
that as well.
thank you. I
And
appreciate that.
that
Yeah,
something you did not long ago, is it?
yeah. It was January this year. Yes,
Oh
2000.
wow, okay, very recent. And what I wanted to ask was, someone who obviously you had a career working with other jobs prior to going into Power Platform. Did you have kind of people who are skeptical about, do you ever come across people who are skeptical about low code or, Power Platform, and mainly obviously traditional developers?
Yeah,
But do
of
you
course.
kind of have those kind of conversations with people?
I have, and I heard that a lot, to be honest, because yeah, there's this misconception of about low code, about yeah, lack of customizations, for example. Okay, they
Mm,
believe that low code is not customized or it's not flexible. Low code has a, I mean, low code has definitely done some really huge steps towards customizations. There's the possibility to include even JavaScript components or additional component from to the solutions to do different operations that are not possible with the, let's say, the low code components that are already there, the standard ones. So you have the ability to customize it the way you want. So it's a really rich customized possibility. So you can, it's the limit is the horizon, I would say. So security concerns, I've heard that too. But I believe that you're part of you're working on the Microsoft cloud, and if you build internal solutions, data resides in Microsoft. So you just moving the data within the Microsoft service. The backbone is Microsoft, so you're pretty sure that the data is on the latest, let's say, security technologies applied. Um, uh, one additional one was about that I would say, in my opinion, which is a plus for Power Platform, is about the hybrid approaches, right?
mm,
So many organizations, what I've seen, use low code to accelerate the initial stages of development, right? So they just build a simple solution, seeing how the things is going to go, and then starting building it in traditional coding. So they give already the solution, so they can start working on it, and then it goes step by step building the let's say the traditional coding, professional coding. So it can be used also in a, let's say, in a hybrid way, right? So
yeah,
you can build also some components in a professional coding and incorporate them with a low code. It is possible, right? This
yeah,
cross collaboration.
yeah,
Uh, Most of the time what I use is faster time to market, right? So
yeah.
as a it's really fast to build, as we mentioned many times. Reduces development cycles, it brings you the applications to the market really fast. So you can build an application even in a day or two, depending on
Mm,
the scenario. It's pretty fast. But this also brings some cost effectiveness, right? So you have you save a lot of money when you go through, when you choose a low code development, because you have coding hours, less coding hours. The processes are streamlined, easy to use, and most of the time these, I would say 99% of the times, this results in cost savings for businesses.
yeah. I think that also obviously the team size aspect of it, requiring less people to deliver something definitely helps save a lot of money.
Yeah, that is also, but we low code is not trying to replace professional coding.
Yeah.
It's just you need to find a way to adapt to it, right? So
Mm.
we're not trying. I mean, Microsoft is not trying to
Get rid
replace the
of get rid
position.
of them all. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
exactly. It's just you find a way to get adapted to this new thing because it's easier, it's faster, and makes your life easier. So I would say I see it in my perspective. I've worked with JavaScript, PHP. Uh, Honestly, I would not go back, to be honest.
that's good. So you definitely made the right choice then.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you're just speaking about some of the kind of the key things about it. What are some things that either you know of that are about to come or haven't been released that you would like to see in the future?
Uh, Yeah, that's a good question. So we know already AI. It's a part of it.
I assumed you would mention AI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
It's everywhere now. So
yeah. It is. Yeah.
it's one of the most significant trends in low code at the moment, I would say. Uh, yeah, they are getting low code platforms are getting every single day sophisticated, allowing user to incorporate AI-driven functionalities. So you can now use AI within your solutions and have a really user-centric solutions, which it's a really step forward. Um, I would say scalability is going to be improved. It is already a huge topic. It's a critical concern always, but with low code platforms, the scalability, it's at the moment it's like it's getting even greater, enabling organization to handle increasing of workloads and data volumes with no effort at all.
So basically, with the kind of, obviously everyone's talking about AI and things like that. I think that seems to be obviously it's on everyone's kind of lips. What's your kind of view on, some people are saying AI replaced low code, all these kind of things. What's your kind of, point of view on, you know, the future of low code? Obviously, it's grown rapidly. How do you see kind of the next few years with low code? From our point of view, we see a lot of companies are adapting low code. Do you see that trend kind of going on and getting bigger?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. That's definitely going to help development of low code solutions. It's a huge change. I was starting. I remember my times when I had to find solutions, and I needed to Google and find it. Why it's happening this way? Now you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
just go to AI. You just write it down, whatever you have, and you get somehow to understand what is happening. Uh, Copilot is also making a huge change there to low code development. I would say we are part of it. We're not gonna get substituted or replaced by AI.
mm,
That's 100%, at least
yeah,
in my view. It's gonna be a help. Definitely, it's gonna be a great companion to help you out build. I mean, faster solutions. Yes, that's 100% sure. But I've seen it already. I've used it also, right? So I've used it
yeah,
a lot in many ways, and I'm pretty happy about it. But there are still some things that are not capable that the AI is not capable to do. But still, it's a huge help to grow the time. I mean, to reduce the time for development. So that's a huge
yeah, yeah.
advancement.
I think that's what all customers are looking for, isn't it? So I don't see a reason why it should be going away anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. But I just have to see what the license is going to cost.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
if that is going to be actually a positive thing, but I think as soon as it starts becoming more popular, also
mm,
somehow the price will
mm,
go a little bit down.
yeah. So you're obviously, I know you're in Albania now, but you're based from Germany, in Germany, and kind of how do you see, from our point of view, Germany doesn't seem like it's kind of low code is picking up quite late compared to the rest of Europe. Would you say the same or would you disagree?
Um, to be honest, that's something I felt at the beginning.
Mm,
When I started, US was definitely ahead of it.
yeah.
Many companies were already using it, and I've seen many solutions built already. And in Germany was already the beginning of it, right? So
Mm,
we were just testing it, and
yeah.
then the US was already starting building really serious solutions. Germany is actually doing a good job. I mean, in towards low code. I've seen many customers which are interested, and we received so many inquiries. So uh, is heading towards that. Definitely, many customers requesting
Yeah,
how. The thing is not only embracing it, also controlling it, right? Because
yeah,
as soon as you start using it, it's you realize the value, you realize how easy it is, and then it grows like really, really fast, and
yeah,
you need to have some other than
yeah, definitely.
controls over it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you know, since you've been working with so it's about 5 years now, with Power Platform, have you ever kind of thought about playing around with any of the other low code platforms?
To be honest, I have not looked since a year ago. A
Mm,
year ago, I started just to realize and check a bit what other competitors are
yeah.
have in place, and just to be updated. I've checked some automations possibilities on other systems, which are pretty solid,
Mm,
and they look almost the same, right? So the thing
yeah,
is
yeah.
to make it easier for also for the users. So yeah, I've definitely checked the market for other.
See what's going around. Yeah,
Exactly,
definitely. Cool.
exactly.
And one thing we like to ask all our guests is, you know, especially in our kind of line of work, and obviously the reason for the podcast is to create awareness of low code, and get more people to be convinced to use it. Is but there, you know, you agreed. There's a lot of people who are against low code and just don't believe in it. What would be your message to those people who are kind of skeptical of using low code, or just, you know, don't want to give it a go or give it a try, or just are stuck in their ways?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, it's depending who you're talking to, right? So it's
Mm,
if it's an IT guy or is a business guy, or but I would say you have you're able to reduce the costs in a because of reducing the time to market. It's so easy to build, so fast to build, and it makes sense in a cost perspective. You're gonna definitely increase the productivity. You can create your application, reduce the burden on IT departments, right? Because before it was like, okay, we're giving the to IT, we need an application, you give it to IT department, and then you wait until it's done, right?
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
you, yeah. So you're now enabling users to build what they need, right? So this is a huge change of the way of thinking. Um, if you are stuck to professional coding, I would say there is a possibility to have this hybrid approaches, right? So as I mentioned also before, the ability to build some of the tools in the professional coding and the rest in low code platforms. So that is also possible, and they go really good together. So it's not a big deal there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And
yes,
sorry, go on.
yeah, that was it. I
Yeah,
would say.
okay, cool. And you know, just on your kind of on a personal front, I know obviously you do some YouTube videos yourself. The
Yeah.
power shot, is it? Do you want to kind of tell us a bit about what that is, what's involved? You know, if someone follows what they can see on that.
Yeah, so actually, we have thought about it a year ago, but due to time, we have
Yeah,
started building some videos. What we do is like business scenarios, right? We build, let's say, those business use cases where we think that we might give to customers the ability to understand how easy it is to build. And for example, the one we have built, like the Teams governance, easy, really easy to build, and I'm showing that in a video, or how you can create a Power Automate agent in just under 2 minutes. So can you imagine that you can build a chatbot in under 2 minutes, and you can start already asking the chatbot about different topics you are actually fitting in. So, and that is I would say huge, but thanks to AI for sure.
yeah.
Because before was like you needed to create these topics for the chatbot, and then you
Mhm.
ask on those topics, right? You now give to the agent, to the bot, you give just what where it should look like, and it start understanding. Then you just ask, and you get the answers back. That can happen, as I mentioned, in less than 2-3 minutes, and
Wow.
that's a huge impact. So yeah.
Yeah. That's great. And obviously you're doing it with Mahesh. Mahesh is the name, right? I
Yes.
saw it.
So
I saw in one of the videos. Was it you that convinced him to learn
exactly.
Power Platform?
Exactly. So that was in 2018. Exactly
Okay.
in 2018 when I started exploring Power Platform. He was part of the. We were part of the same company, and I was showing him all this thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What is this?" I was like, "Man, this is not because I'm an IT guy. Can I do this?"
Mm.
Right? So you can also do it. You can try it. You can build. And
Yeah.
he started exploring it, and he was like building stuff, and I was like, "Okay, this is dangerous." So like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
this is awesome. This is not dangerous, but yeah. And then he started. I somehow poisoned him, right? And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
he started doing his life, I mean career life, and now he works at Microsoft, and he's
Wow.
responsible for Power Platform.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's cool that kind of, you started your journey, you brought him along, and now 5 years later, you're both doing YouTube videos together as well.
Exactly.
So I think that's really cool. And just as a kind of final question, you've done 5 years in Power
Yeah.
Platform. What's your kind of any kind of things you're looking forward to, aspirations that you want to achieve in the future?
Uh, I would say my aspiration is to push the boundaries, right? So what to show what is possible, even through the videos, as you mentioned. So
Mm,
what is possible in development with low code? So exploring trends like AI integration,
mm,
automations, and building those edge application that not only solves problems, right, but also anticipate future needs with the use of AI there, sure.
yeah,
So uh, also part of my daily already, but also in the future is the ability to mentor or knowledge sharing or community involvement. I'm dedicated to helping
nice.
or resolving questions in the Power Platform community when I have time, to be honest. But
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
jump in, and I feel that it's a good thing to do, jumping in and helping others where they are stuck on their projects or small project or even huge project. Just help them out, and they feel
yeah,
also part of it.
yeah,
So I would say, as I mentioned, uh, just to build solutions. So I would say my aspiration is also to build solutions where not only are technologically advanced, but also have a meaningful impact on the people's lives, right? So whether it's healthcare, education, or beyond, so I
mm,
want to leverage just low code and
nice,
do this
nice,
change and progress.
cool. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing, follow.
Yeah,
I'll follow your videos, so it'll be good to kind of see how you get on with
thank you.
that, and we'll keep in touch, and maybe we speak again in the future to see how things have gone on.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I will
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah.
great. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you first.
It's
Thank you
really
for
good to talk
inviting
to
me.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.